Hello, hello, good morning. Carolina,
Good morning, teacher.
good morning. How are you today?
Hi, teacher.
All right, great. Are you a new student or are you coming from another classroom, another with a
Um,
different class?
Estuve en la clase del maestro Bernardo, pero pues ya
Okay.
por la situación del cambio, la semana pasada no pude estar con usted.
Oh, you were supposed to be here last week? Oh, I think teacher Maru told me. Yeah, because I have another new student, like, Fridays.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. So how do you feel about the class, your level? Are you doing okay?
Okay, teacher.
Well, today, right now it's early. Well, it's not early, it's 12:03. So we're going to wait for the rest. But anyway, thank you for being here. How well do you understand the classes in English? Are you comfortable with that? Carolina,
Yes, teacher.
do you understand everything in English? Or you, well, at least you try, right? Give me one.
I understand, teacher.
Okie dokie, that sounds good. Sounds good. Well, last week we have an exam. So what's the exam from unit 7, 8, and 9? So today we start a new unit, unit 10. Give me just 1 second. Let me start from the beginning. And let's see if we have more students today. Actually, this is a short group. We don't have many, like, like 4 or 5. But we are almost ending level 1. Tell me, what was your last unit with teacher Bernardo? Carolina,
Yes, teacher.
what was your last unit or last lesson with teacher Bernardo?
En Unit 8,
Unit 8.
8, sí, Night, no, ya no la vimos.
You didn't
Y
take 9. Have you taken any exam from unit 7, 8, and 9?
um,
¿Hiciste examen de esas unidades 7, 8 y 9?
no, porque no la concluimos, no terminamos la unidad 9.
But did you change the groups or the group was closed?
De,
¿Te cambiaste de grupo o el grupo solamente fue cerrado?
el grupo fue
Just,
cerrado.
okay, I just need to know what's going on.
Hoy va a haber examen, teacher.
Oh, no, el examen fue la semana pasada,
Oh, ya.
pero como tú apenas empezaste, no sé cómo estés tu situación, si lo quieras tomar a ver qué tanto aprendiste.
Ujú.
Lo único que te faltó fue la unidad 9, ¿correcto?
A ver, sí, 9.
Hello, teacher.
Good morning, no, afternoon. It's 12:07 right now. So, Carolina, we are going to start with Unit 10 right now, and we will talk later about if you can take the exam from the last units. Well, if you're in unit already, if you're already in unit, you finish unit 8, you should be able to understand simple sentences, right? Carolina?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, I mean, that's one of the things, at least trying to understand, not everything what I say, I mean, at least try to understand the meaning of what I'm trying to say. All right, we start today with Unit 10. We finished the last, as I said before, we finished um, the exam. Fatima, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
You take the second chance, the second exam with your name or not? Because I send it to you on the on WhatsApp.
No, no lo hice, teacher.
Okay.
¿No tendría que volver a hacer?
Try to do it so teacher Maru, the coordination, and the coordination department has your record. I know you have a good level. I have your results, but it's under a different name because I didn't have your name before. If you can do it today, would be perfect. Or I will tell teacher Maru what happened. I mean, you did the exam, you have the results. Um, so we are gonna do it like that. Give me just 1 second, please. So we start on the unit today, unit 10, as you can see. Okay, let's start your reading. Carolina, will you read, please? Can you read lesson 8?
Lesson 8. Tell about last night using simple past regular verbs.
All right. Um, okay, Fatima, lesson B, please.
Describe the past week using simple past irregular verbs. Ask simple past, yes, no question.
Excellent. Lesson C, please. Carolina.
Response to news which good for you, etc. Say you did to show surprise or interest.
Yeah, respond to news with good for you, etc. Say you did to show surprise or interest. Okay, let me see. I think we have one more student, Edilberto. Edilberto, are you there?
Yeah, teacher. Hi. Good
Hi.
afternoon.
Good afternoon. All right, Edilberto, I always tell you when you sign in. Can you read this, please? Lesson D.
Okay. Lesson D. Read about bloggers with read a blog about your with using after, before, when, and then.
Yes, read a blog. Read about a blogger's week. You know, a blogger, someone who writes blogs, of course. Write a blog about your week using after, before, Edilberto, before, when,
Before
and then.
and then.
Yes. I mean, just pay attention to these words like before, the pronunciation, I mean. Okay, let me ask you, Fatima, what lesson do you think is more interesting? A, B, C, and D, and Y.
Lesson A and D.
A and B. All right. What about you, Carolina? What do you think is more interesting?
Lesson
Topic.
8 and B.
Okay. What about you, Gilberto? Something useful that you want to learn?
Lesson B and D.
B and D. Okay. Excellent. Remember, lesson D is about reading comprehension and writing. It's a little bit different than the other ones. I mean, we have two different skills here, but they are excellent for you. Anyway, How do you feel, guys, about verbs? Do you think you have a good knowledge about verbs? Verbs. We are going to talk about regular verbs in this lesson. Okay, let me write here just the day, today, Friday, July. What day is today? It's 23. Yes. 23, 2021. We are doing Unit 10 today, and we will try to cover lesson A and B. Okay, Carolina, Fatima, and Edilberto, how do you feel about verbs? Do you know verbs in English, regular verbs? ¿Saben la diferencia entre verbos regulares e irregulares? ¿Alguien? Anyone?
Nothing, teacher.
Fatima, do you have any idea about the difference between regular and irregular verbs?
Los verbos irregulares pueden, tienen normas, por así decirlo, para conjugarse y los irregulares no cambian totalmente su forma.
Correcto. Well, they change in tenses, right? Present, past, past participle. Oliver is here. Hello, Oliver. Mr. Piedra. Let's write here, regular verbs. This lesson is about regular verbs. Remember, regular verbs, those are verbs, or we say we add ed in different tenses. We add ed in different tenses. For example, let me tell you one verb. Play. You know this verb? Yes? Yes? Do you know this verb? Play. Carolina, Fatima, Gilberto, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
teacher.
teacher.
Okay, I'm asking you, do you know this verb? Play.
Yeah.
Remember, most of the verbs, as we are going to see in the lesson, you pronounce played, played, not play it. Played, play, present, played, played. You don't say the play it.
Play.
We have other verbs, for example, want. It's very important, it's very essential that you pay attention in the pronunciation. Want. We have want, wanted. You see? Wanted. Wanted. We have other regular verbs like work, worked, no work it, worked. The pronunciation is different, the ending of the verb is different. Visit, remember visit, visited, etc. Well, anyway, we are going to learn many verbs in this lesson. Oliver, are you there?
Yes, teacher. I
All
am
right.
here.
Okie dokie. Good afternoon, sir. All right, let me ask you, let me see you understand this question. What do you do during the week? What activities do you do during the week? Do you do these things? We have number one. Number one.
Picture one and sing.
A picture one.
Picture one, singer.
She's playing, right? The guitar. Play.
Play.
Play the guitar. Guitar.
Playing guitar.
The guitar, yes.
Playing the guitar.
Number two.
In working.
Working.
Working, maybe, yes.
She working.
But she's doing shopping online here. You know, sometimes you do that when you don't want to go out. You shop online. Let's say you want something from Liverpool or from Coppel or from any store in Mexico. You go online and you buy some stuff. Oliver, what do you see in picture number three?
Practice a musical instrument.
Picture number three.
Do you this thing? Do you do this thing?
You see here the picture?
I shopping. He's shopping verduras.
Verduras, okay. Vegetables. Remember vegetables. Remember when you go shopping, normally you go to a shopping mall, right? Like Liverpool or Suburbia, I don't know, any department store. You go shopping. You usually buy accessories, clothes, right? Shoes, etc. When you do grocery shopping, it's different. Just remember this, shopping and grocery shopping is to Walmart, Aurrera, Soriana, you usually buy fruit, vegetables, products, or things for your house, like toilet paper, toothpaste, etc. Okay, picture number 4. Edilberto, can you describe picture number 4? Edilberto, are you there?
Yeah, teacher, in cocina.
Yes. In English?
I don't know, teacher.
You don't remember how to say cocinar?
Cooking.
Cooking.
Yeah, he's cooking, right? He's cooking.
He is cooking.
Okay. He is cooking. We are using here the simple present continuous. He's cooking.
Cooking and vegetable. And
That's the verb cook.
which cooking,
Yes.
which vegetable,
It's vegetables.
vegetable,
Vegetables. Vegetables. These are vegetables. Is you remember you have a difficulty to pronounce some words in pronunciation, you need to repeat, and repeat.
Okay.
Don't just listen. You have to do it by yourself. You have to repeat. So that word can stay in your mind. Like for example, this one, vegetables, vegetables, vegetables. Until you are like, okay, I know vegetables, vegetables.
Vegetable.
Because if you just read it and listen to it, it's a little bit more difficult. So you need to practice that word.
Vegetable.
Vegetables, right? So the next time you won't have trouble saying vegetables.
Vegetable.
So if I ask, for example, I ask Edilberto one more time, what's the verb for cocinar, Edilberto?
Cooking.
Yes, cook.
Cook.
The verb is cook. Cooking is when it's present continuous. Yes.
Okay, okay. I'm sorry.
That's what I mean. You repeat it, you keep it in your mind. Your mind is like the library, and you have it there. All right, let's continue, please. We are going to start with verbs. Do we have more verbs? All right, Oliver, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, what do you do on a typical weeknight at home? A typical night at home is the usual, no? Like every day. What do you usually do at night? Here you have some pictures, so you can see what the people do, right? But I want you to tell the group, what do you do on a typical weeknight at home?
I don't know. Uh,
Watch is Expedia.
You watch what? You watch TV? Oliver,
yes.
what do you do on a typical weeknight at home? Try to understand the sentence, the question.
I am studying. I am studying.
You studying like this guy? You see this picture?
Yes.
He's studying, right? He has a
Yeah.
computer. Okay, Carolina, what do you do on a typical weeknight at home?
I typical weeknight at home dinner my family
Yeah.
with
Mhm.
family and see watch TV and movie and news.
Okay. Yeah. Like the pictures. You have dinner, you watch TV, right? Maybe you have coffee. Some people like to have coffee at night. And normally you sleep, right? You go to bed early. Why? Because you have to work next day or you have school. Fatima, what do you do on a typical weeknight at home?
Um, mm, watching TV. We're watching TV.
I watch TV, remember, simple present.
Um,
What else? ¿Qué más?
have dinner.
Yes. I have dinner. Subject, don't forget the subject. Or we have dinner. What else?
Um, es todo.
Okay, that's all what you do? Okay. Dilberto, what about you? What do
Mm,
you do on a typical weeknight at home?
watch TV. I'm going internet.
Yes, you watch TV, and go on the internet. Remember, if I am asking you, what do you do is simple present, right? In this case, if I ask you in simple present, you have to respond like simple present. I watched TV. Don't forget the subject. I have dinner. I go on the internet. I study. But in English, you have to mention the subject. What is the subject? I. You always mention the subject. You not watch TV, have dinner, go on the internet. I mean, you have to start the sentence with the subject. So that's very important. That's very important. You identify the subject. If you're using I, or you're using we, etc. So we are talking about this simple present. Okay. So let's listen this audio, this recording. Listen first and then you will read. So no books, please. Close your books. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. So just listen. Just listen. See what you understand.
Page 98, Unit 10, Busy Lives. Lesson A Night at Home. 1. Getting started. B. Listen and read. Which of the people above had fun last night?
We asked people, what did you do last night? Peter.
Well, my wife rented a movie, so we watched that. But I didn't like it much.
Josh.
Let me think. I stayed home, played a video game with some friends, and listened to music. That's it.
Mari. I tried to study for a math exam while my roommate practiced her flute. Stephen.
I chatted online with my friend Jay. He's living in Italy.
Rachel. I just worked late and then cleaned the house. You know, the usual. Melissa. I didn't want to go out, so I invited a couple of friends over and we cooked dinner.
Okay, now listen one more time. Pay attention. Take notes. Write in your notebook each person, and then write what they do. So you have to identify here which of the people above had fun last night. This is past tense, remember. Which of the people had fun last night? So it's something that already happened. Please write in your notebook.
Page 98, Unit 10, Busy Lives. Lesson A Night at Home. 1. Getting started. B. Listen and read. Which of the people above had fun last night?
We asked people, what did you do last night? Peter.
Well, my wife rented a movie, so we watched that. But I didn't like it much.
Josh.
Let me think. I stayed home, played a video game with some friends, and listened to music. That's it.
Mari. I tried to study for a math exam while my roommate practiced her flute. Stephen.
I chatted online with my friend Jay. He's living in Italy.
Rachel. I just worked late and then cleaned the house. You know, the usual. Melissa. I didn't want to go out, so I invited a couple of friends over and we cooked dinner.
Okay, I will show you something I do so you can remember things. You don't have to write everything. This is just a different technique. Well, it's not different because everybody does that. So when you listen to an audio like this, just try to write the keywords that you listen to. In this case, you say, oh, Peter. You listen, oh, movie, watch, whatever you hear. And then you hear Josh, stay home, video games, music. Maury.
Homeroom, study,
Yes,
study,
exams,
exam,
exam.
plot.
These are like, yes, for your notes. That's the idea. The idea when you listen to an audio, just pay attention to that. Then you say the whole sentence. That's easier, right? All right, excellent, excellent. Let's see. All right. Do you have the answer? Who do you think had fun last night? You had Peter, Josh, Maurice, Steve, Rachel, and Melissa.
Melissa.
Would you like to listen one more time?
A couple of friends cooking dinner.
Yes, who? Who
Cooking
was
up.
it? Melissa, Rachel, Steve, Maurice, Josh, or Peter? Carolina,
Yes, teacher.
who was it? Melissa or Rachel?
Melissa.
Melissa, yes, she cooked some dinner. She invited over to some
Oh.
friends. Excellent, she had fun. Okay, listen one more time and pay attention to the names. Peter, Josh, Maurice, Steve, Rachel, and Melissa. Pay attention what they did.
Page 98, Unit 10, Busy Lives. Lesson A, A Night at Home. 1. Getting Started. B. Listen and read. Which of the people above had fun last night?
We asked people, what did you do last night? Peter.
Well, my wife rented a movie, so we watched that. But I didn't like it much.
Josh.
Let me think. I stayed home, played a video game with some friends, and listened to music. That's it.
Mari.
I tried to study for a math exam while my roommate practiced her flute.
Stephen.
I chatted online with my friend Jay. He's living in Italy.
Rachel. I just worked late and then cleaned the house. You know, the usual.
Melissa. I didn't want to go out, so I invited a couple of friends over and we cooked dinner.
Excellent. All right. Did anybody understand? Did you catch anything about these people? Let's say Peter, what did he do? Oliver? Do you understand the audio? Do you pay attention to the audio? Oliver, are you there?
Excuse me,
Did you
teacher. Yes,
understand the
I
audio
am
or
here.
not?
Yes, I am listening.
Yes, you're listening. So what do you remember? What do you understand?
For example, Josh, he's watching. No, he's playing.
Stay home player.
Yeah, he stayed home.
Sorry, stay home player.
Remember,
Sorry,
we are
sorry.
talking about past tense, something they did last night. So Josh stayed home. What else? Oliver?
Let me think. I don't know, teacher. I
He
know
plays,
listen all the
video
audio.
games. Yes.
Um,
Did you take notes? Did you write in your notebook?
no, teacher.
No, you have to do it. That's the only way to remember. You see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people here. Peter, Josh, Maury, Steve, Rachel, and Melissa. So in order for you to remember, you need to write, right? The names, what they did. I told you to write down or to take notes. Fatima, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Do you remember anything from all these people? Peter, Josh, Maureen, Steve, Rachel, and Melissa? Anyone?
Josh stay home and playing a video game with friends.
Yes. Excellent. And he listened to some music, right?
Yes.
Okay. Carolina, can you
Yes.
tell me about anyone, anything about these people, what they did last night?
Um, they clean the house.
Who?
Rachel.
Yes, Rachel worked late and she cleaned the house. Excellent. Edilberto,
Yes, teacher.
did you understand anything?
Um,
We have Peter, Josh, Maurice, Steve, Rachel, and Melissa. Did you write or do you take notes?
no, teacher.
Okay, why not?
Didn't listen the audio.
You didn't listen or you didn't pay attention or you didn't understand. This is different. Okay, one more time. Listen, pay attention, and write, please. Oliver, Edilberto, everybody.
Okay.
Page 98, Unit 10, Busy Lives. Lesson A, A Night at Home. 1. Getting started. B. Listen and read. Which of the people above had fun last night?
We asked people, what did you do last night? Peter,
Well, my wife rented a movie, so we watched that. But I didn't like it much.
Josh,
Let me think. I stayed home, played a video game with some friends, and listened to music. That's it.
Mari, I tried to study for a math exam while my roommate practiced her flute.
Stephen,
I chatted online with my friend Jay. He's living in Italy.
Rachel, I just worked late and then cleaned the house. You know, the usual.
Melissa, I didn't want to go out, so I invited a couple of friends over and we cooked dinner.
Excellent. All right, now did you take notes? Did you remember? Did is past tense, right? Did you take notes?
Well, Peter watching TV. Listen the music.
Yeah, watched, not watching. It's
Oh,
past
so
tense.
sorry. Watch TV and listen music.
Yes.
Josh
Uh-huh. Josh.
and your wife.
In the
Uh,
what?
Josh and your wife.
Not my wife. His wife.
Sorry,
Not my
wife.
wife. His wife.
Wife. Okay, wife.
His wife. His del. His wife.
Oh, sorry. Josh and your sorry,
And his
his
wife.
wife playing the game, video game. Um, yes, Jesse cooked the dinner.
Who?
I don't know, teacher. It
Not
is
Melissa.
all
Melissa Cook invited some friends and they cook dinner. Melissa.
Melissa.
Okay. Okay. Anything else, Oliver? ¿Algo más que recuerdes?
Ya no, profe. Soy memoria a corto plazo.
Sí, ya vi, pues, chico. Pero, anyway, Steve. Anyone wants to tell me something about Steve, Carolina, or Melissa? Gilberto? Steve, what did he do?
Melissa, I want go invite a couple friends.
Yeah, Melissa invited a couple of friends because she didn't want to go out, right? And they cooked together. That's fun, right? So they have fun. When you have friends in your house and then you cook together, that means you have a good time. Anyway, thank you. Let's continue. This is about these guys' stories, what they did. You have the prompt here. Now, pay attention one more time and you have to read. Pay attention to the pronunciation.
Page 98, Unit 10, Busy Lives. Lesson A night at home. 1. Getting started. B. Listen and read. Which of the people above had fun last night?
We asked people, what did you do last night? Peter,
Well, my wife rented a movie, so we watched that. But I didn't like it much.
Josh,
Let me think. I stayed home, played a video game with some friends, and listened to music. That's it.
Mari,
I tried to study for a math exam while my roommate practiced her flute.
Stephen,
I chatted online with my friend Jay. He's living in Italy.
Rachel, I just worked late and then cleaned the house. You know, the usual.
The usual.
Melissa, I didn't want to go out, so I invited a couple of friends over and we cooked dinner.
Excellent. Just please pay attention. The verbs they are using, oh, they are using regular verbs most of the time. Remember, this lesson is about regular verbs. For example, you have rented, rented, watched, like. You have stayed. What else? Here with Josh, you have stay,
Play it.
played,
Play.
Listen.
Listen that.
listened. Listen, when you use listen, you always have to use to. Okay? That's a rule. Listen to music. Not listen music. Listen to music. Okay, what about Mary?
Right.
Trying,
That
Study.
Practice.
study,
practices.
practice,
Practice.
practiced,
Practice.
practiced, not practice it. Yes. What about Stephen?
Shut it.
Chatted,
Shut it.
chatted,
Living.
Started.
Shut it. Living.
living is in present continuous, but it's also a regular verb, living. Okay. What about Rachel?
Work.
Work.
Worked. Yes, no worked, worked.
Work. Clean.
Clean.
Yes. Lisa.
One.
Yes, one here is in the negative form. They are using didn't.
Cook.
Good.
Cook.
Cook it.
You have one more here.
Invite.
Invited. Yes, that's when you pronounce the ed. Invited. Invited.
Invite.
Invited.
Cook.
Remember, there are just a few verbs, regular verbs that you can pronounce the ed. And we cooked.
Cook.
Cooked.
Cook. Cook.
That is the pronunciation. All right, Carolina, can you read Peter, please?
Yes. Well, my friend, well, my wife rented a movie, so we watched that, but I didn't like it much.
Okay, so we watched that, watched that, we watched that.
What?
Yeah, because when it's pronounced like fast, we watched that.
What's that?
Yes, no watch it. Fatima, Josh,
Let me think. I stayed home, played a video game with some friends, and listened to music. That's it.
that's it. Okay, just remember the sayings. I stayed home, played a video game with some friends. Stayed, played. No ed, no ed. Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
¿Cómo? ¿Cómo dijo teacher?
Stayed,
Stay.
not stayed, stayed. Can you hear the sound? I stayed home, played a video game. That's because it sounds slow, right? Porque lo estoy diciendo lento, pero cuando tú lo escuches en una conversación, stayed home, played a video game. Played. Normally, when you listen, well, in this case, we're learning, you have to look at the pronunciation and you see how I move my mouth, my muscles, my lips, like play, presente, play, normal, play, play. See the difference? Play,
Play.
play,
Play.
stay,
Play.
Play.
stay.
Stay.
Play.
Yes? How I move my mouth, my teeth? Stay,
Stay.
No stay, please. Stay.
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 Stay. Stay.
All right.
Stay.
Mr. Oliver.
Oh yeah,
Steven. Oh yeah, Mr. Kawamation.
Mr. Ah, Mr. Kawamech.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, share it online with my friend. I know listen the word.
Yeah, just keep reading.
He's, he's living in Italy. In
Italy?
Italy.
Italy, yes.
Italy.
We saw that last unit. Italy. Italy, American, Italy, British. Mr. Edilberto. Rachel, please.
Okay. I also work late and then clean the house. You know the usual.
Yes, I use worked, late, and then, not ten, then,
Then
then. Es sonido TH, sounds TH, the pronunciation. Then, then, then clean the house. House. Yes?
okay, in the house.
Okay. Carolina, please, let's do this one.
Yes, teacher.
Mary?
I tried. I tried to study for March exam while my roommate practiced her flute.
Yes, I tried to study for a math, same math.
Math.
You have a TA sound, math
Math
exam, while my roommate practiced her flute. Flute,
flute. Flute.
yes. All right, let's see. Fatima, Melissa.
I didn't want I didn't want to go out, so I invited a couple of friends over and we cooked dinner, Melissa.
Yes, invited, invited. I didn't want to
Invited.
go out, so I invited a couple of friends over and we cooked dinner. Okay, please make a list of the verbs that you see here. For example, in the first Peter, he has what, right? He has like. Stephen, he has chat. Those are base verb. Es la forma base del verbo. Another verb, live. Let me move this over here. Okay, Josh. Stay. Okay, give me another verb, please. Stay.
Play.
Play.
Listen.
Listen.
Listen,
Listen, yes. What about Rachel?
chat,
Work.
Work.
Yes, we have
Clean.
chat already here.
Clean.
Work.
Clean.
Clean. Mary.
Try.
Try. You see, the spelling of try is different. Try is with a Y, and this is try with an I. Why? Because we are adding it, it changes.
Practice.
We have study,
Practice.
practice, Okay, what about Melissa?
Invite,
Mm,
one, one,
And we have
one,
want,
invite,
invite,
cook,
Cook.
and cook.
and cook.
Okay, these are the base verbs. So at least try to learn this by memory. You have to know the meaning because it's very difficult to give you like 1,000 verbs and you will never learn. So it's very important you give attention to this. At least these are the basic. These are regular verbs. Remember, regular verbs is because the ending of these verbs is the same. Ed. Yes? Even though the ending is ed, the pronunciation in some verbs are different depending on the verb. Okay, let's do this exercise, please. We are going to talk about the past. Okay, Oliver, will you please read the instructions?
Okay. Find the birds the people used to talk about last night and complete the sentence. The circle other birds the people used to talk about the past.
Yes, sentence. Remember, plural,
Sentence.
sentence singular, sentences plural. Okay, Edilberto, can you read the tip in conversation?
Okay. People use the simple present and simple past more often than any other verb forms.
Yes, excellent. All right, we have 3 sentences there, 1, 2, 3. So you have to use the past tense. You need to guess the meaning of which verb you have to use. Number 1, Peter and his wife.
Watch the movie.
No, watch it. No, watch it. Watch.
Watch.
Oliver, watched.
Okay. Watch.
Watched.
Peter and his
Watch.
wife watch.
Yes. Try to avoid saying the watch it, play it, work it. No. Watched. Slow. Watched.
Watch,
CH, watched.
watch,
Yes. Peter. Continue, Oliver. Peter.
Peter
didn't,
uh,
didn't,
It's in the reading, the story, in the interview.
I don't remember teacher.
What do you use for the past tense? What
I don't know.
auxiliary do you use for the past tense?
didn't.
Oh, I didn't do my homework. Sorry. Oh, I didn't eat this morning. I didn't have breakfast. Oliver?
Help me please. Help me
¿Eh?
please. Help me please.
Ya te está diciendo Carolina, chico.
Didn't,
Te no pones atención, pues.
didn't,
A ver, Carolina.
didn't.
Dicen, ya ves, ahí está el acordeón. Sote.
Ya sabía, pero hay que ver la oportunidad de los
Ajá,
primeros.
ajá.
Primero las damas, ya sabes.
Ya sabía. Thank you, Carolina.
Thank you.
All right. Number 2. Edilberto. Number 2.
Sure. Melissa and her friends mm,
We are using the same verbs we used in the first interview.
cooked.
Cooked. Yes. Cooked. No cook it, please. Cooked.
Cooked.
Then she,
She didn't.
yes, she didn't want to go out. Remember, we are talking about simple past or past tense. And we are working with regular verbs. Number 3, Fatima.
Worked. Rachel worked late.
Worked late. She
And did watch movie.
she didn't watch a movie. Why? Because she was cleaning, right?
Yes.
She didn't watch a movie. She didn't have time. Excellent. What I want you to understand, well, in this case, this is about regular verbs ending in ed. You see, ed. Or we use did or didn't when we ask, or we will answer in negative form. All right. The best part, not the best part, I would say the most important part in each lesson, it's the grammar. Give me just 1 second, please. Carolina, would you read the title, please? All the yellow part.
Yes, teacher. Grammar simple past statements, regular verbs. Simple past regular verbs are verbs
Plus.
must, ed.
Plus.
The negative form is didn't, must verbs.
Yes, Carolina, this is plus, no es más. Esta crucecita
¿Cómo, teacher?
es plus.
Plus. Okay.
Yes,
Thank,
plus. Plus.
plus. Thank you, teacher.
And this is simple. Simple. Not simply, simple.
Simple.
Yes.
Simple.
Simple plus regular verbs. Regular. Not regular, regular verbs. Verbs.
Verbs, regular.
Excellent.
Verbs, regular. Thank you.
Okay, let's do this, please. Okay. Fatima, can you read this, please?
Mm.
The first word.
I played a video game. You studied math. He watched a movie. She want to stay home. We cooked Italian food. They chat online.
All right, now let's try Oliver. Read the same, please.
I play a video game. You study math. He watch a movie. She want to stay home. Sorry. We cook Italian food. They share it online.
Yes. Remember, we have some exceptions like he wanted to stay home. Sometimes you will hear
She wanted
or
to.
wanted. Wanted or wanted is the same, but you will hear the ed. Wanted to stay home. The same with the chatted online. Yes. The rest are okay. I played. I studied. He watched, etc. All right, Edilberto, please, next.
Okay. I played a video game. You study much.
Sorry, the
He
negative form.
watched. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't play chess. You didn't study English. He didn't watch TV. She didn't watch to go out. We didn't cook Chinese food. They didn't chat very long.
Yes, as you see, in negative form, when you use didn't, the verb has to be in the base form. You see, there's no ed here. Why? Because you are using an auxiliary. That's didn't, right? So no ed. Yes. The same here. You are using didn't, so you use study, not studied. Whenever you use this, did or didn't, the verb has to be in the base form. Saying didn't watch. So there's no ed, no ed. Didn't, saying want, ya no se le agrega la ed porque tenemos el didn't. Yes? Do you
Oh,
understand?
okay.
Is it clear? Bueno, no bueno, ¿entienden? ¿No me entienden? Yes.
Yes, teacher.
All right, Fatima.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, the rule. Edilberto, do you understand the rule?
Teacher.
Oliver?
Yes, teacher.
Recuerden de decir, si dicen sí es porque están seguros.
Teacher,
Explicamos otra vez. Que la
la forma de hablar negativo es, por ejemplo, I didn't o I didn't. I didn't.
Sí, si la oración es negativa y es pasado, I didn't. Depende del sujeto. I didn't play. So, el verbo, que es lo que estamos hablando, tiene que ir con su base normal, la forma base. Ya no se le agrega ed. No puedes decir didn't play. Why? Porque ya tienes didn't, ¿verdad? La misma forma que si tú utilizas did you play video games last night. La misma forma, aquí en play ya no le estás agregando el ed. ¿Por qué? Porque tienes el did. ¿Verdad? So, eso es lo que tienen que poner muchísima atención, especialmente cuando escriben. No poner doble did y ponerle ed. Es un error garrafal. Así, enorme, enorme, como dice el comentarista.
¿Podría explicarla de nuevo?
All right, in English?
Yes.
Do you use did when you make a question? You don't have to use ed again. Aquí das best play. Es la base forma porque estás utilizando un auxiliar aquí. Solo puedes, es un error súper grande decir did you play. Estás cometiendo, diciendo dos veces el pasado. So this is wrong. This is okay. Did you play video games last night? Remember, this is a yes or no question. When you have a yes or no questions, of course you say, yes, I did, or no, I didn't. Siempre, always, you said, yes, I did, and then you give some extra information. Yes, I did. I played, let's say, like, I play Mario Bros. With my brother, my little brother. Or you can say, no, I didn't, period. Siempre el punto. No, I didn't, period. I went to bed earlier. Yes. En este caso, dice, yes, I did, hasta ahí. Luego el punto y agregas otra información. I played, ahí sí ya está en pasado. I played Mario Bros. With my little brother. No, I didn't. I went to bed earlier. No, aquí estás usando otra vez el pasado, went, que es un verbo irregular. Son dos formas de contestar. La respuesta corta, pero estás dando más información después. Primero la respuesta corta y luego la información extra. Van de la mano. Yes, Fatima? Is that clear?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, now let's please listen and pay attention.
Page 99. 2. Grammar. Simple past statements. Regular verbs. Simple past regular verbs are verb plus ed. The negative form is didn't plus verb.
I played a video game. I didn't play chess. You studied math. You didn't study English.
He watched a movie. He didn't watch TV. She wanted to stay home. She didn't want to go out.
We cooked Italian food. We didn't cook Chinese food. They chatted online. They didn't chat very long.
Simple past endings.
Watch, watched. Invite, invited. Play, played. Study, studied. Chat, chatted.
Listen one more time, please.
Page 99. 2. Grammar. Simple past statements. Regular verbs. Simple past regular verbs are verb plus ed. The negative form is didn't plus verb.
I played a video game. I didn't play chess. You studied math. You didn't study English.
He watched a movie. He didn't watch TV. She wanted to stay home. She didn't want to go out.
We cooked Italian food. We didn't cook Chinese food. They chatted online. They didn't chat very long.
Simple past endings.
watch, watched, invite,
Sorry.
Page 99.
study, watched, invite, invited, play, played, study, studied, chat, chatted,
Okay, as you see in some verbs like chat, you see chat has a double T. That happens when in some verbs you have you will say that's something that you have to learn. Well, you will learn little by little. Why do we have to double the T? Well, because there is a vowel here in the middle and another consonant. That's why. Chatted. That's why we double the T. That's a rule, of course. That's a rule in the language. Some verbs, you have to do that with some verbs. In this case, we have only chatted as an example. Didn't is a contraction of did not. You know that. In English, they use a lot of contractions. Why? Because they want to simplify the language. Okay, let's do this, please. Okay, Oliver, can you read the instructions, please, mister?
Complete the sentence. Sorry. Complete the sentence about last night with the simple past from of the verbs.
Yes, sentences.
Sentences.
Sentences. Plural.
Okay, yes. Try again. Complete the sentences about last night with the simple past from of the verbs.
Okay. Carolina, can you read the number one, please? Example.
Yes, teacher. Number one, I played a video games.
Yes, played a video game. Fatima, can you do number two?
I didn't want to work.
Yes, I didn't want. So you see, one remains same. I didn't want to work. Oliver. Number three.
Okay. My best friend called me.
Sure. For
We chatted for a while.
A while.
Why? Sorry. Wait.
While. Okay. My best friend called me. Called me. We chatted, right? Chatted for a while. Gilberto, please. Next.
Okay.
Oh,
It's rain, so I didn't want to go out.
it rained. Remember, rain is also
Rain.
a regular verb, rained. So, so I
I didn't
didn't want to go out. Good. Carolina, number 5.
Yes, teacher. My friends and I practice guitar together.
Practiced. Practiced guitar.
Guitar.
Uh, the phrase is guitar.
Guitar.
Not guitar, guitar.
Guitar. Guitar.
Yes, together. Together.
Together.
Yes. Number 6, Fatima.
I tried to study, but some friends called and they invited a party. Me too, a party.
Invited me. Invited me.
Like me. What?
Invited me.
Yes, to a party. Here in try, you have try, right? But when we change to the past, simple past, the Y is converted in Y, I mean in I, and we add ed.
Tried.
I try to study, but some friends
But some friends
called.
call
They invited.
invite me to a party.
Just remember some of the verbs that you have to when you must pronounce the ed. Invited,
Invited.
invited,
Invited.
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 I invited to a party. They invited me. Me invitaron. They invited me. No, they invite me. Invite me is simple present. I want to invite you to a party. I want to invite you. Present. But they invited me yesterday. Number 7, Oliver, Mr. Oliver Chedra.
Oh yeah. And some friends and I cooked dinner together.
Cooked.
Cooked.
Yes, cooked.
Some friends and I cooked dinner together.
All right. Alberto, number 8.
I watched a movie, but I didn't like it much.
Watched a movie. Yes, pronunciation. Watched. Watched. But I didn't like. Base form. No ed. No ed. All right. Let's make a pause. It's 1:31. I just want to ask you, Dilberto, um, I need to do the evaluation for this for today. Today is the last day. I don't have, Dilberto, I don't have your homework. Did you finish?
No, teacher.
Why not? Is
No.
there a reason? As I always tell you, also I have been telling you, homework is very important for the evaluation, because it's 20%. I mean, you get 20 more points if you do the homework. Well, Fanny is not here. No homework either. Edith, I don't know what happened with Edith. Um, Oliver, yes, I have your homework. I have your grade. Fatima, did you finish the homework last week or not?
I don't understand, teacher.
Yes, I told you last week you need to do homework, right? You need 7, 8, and 9. Remember?
No.
Do you have a workbook?
Yes.
Well, as like we're doing with teacher Bernardo or Jesus, I don't remember. You need to send your homework for every week. You need to take a picture and send it to me in WhatsApp. You know that, right?
No, teacher, no lo hice.
Well, it's part of your evaluation. It's part of your evaluation. I am waiting for your homework.
¿Se la puede enviar?
Yes, today is the last day because the coordinator, teacher Manu, told me today because we did like the exam last Friday. And remember it's just 1 week, 1 week from the time you do the test to the next. So you can send it to me today. Edilberto, the same for you. Because it's better if I see an 80 instead of let's say a 94 is much better than a 75, right? Remember to pass the let me write here. 80% is the minimum. For example, I give you the example of Fanny. Fanny is really good in English. So she got 29 in the written test. She got 30% in the oral test. But she's here just once in a while. So she has only 15 and no homework. I mean, even though you're really good in English, check the matemáticas. Suben cuánto es. 29 plus 30 plus 15 is 74. Con 74 estás reprobado porque no alcanzas el mínimo, que son 80. So remember, everybody, well, Carolina is new, Fatima, 30% for the written test, 30% para el examen oral, 20 de tareas y 20 de asistencias hacen un 100%. Si ustedes son muy buenísimos en inglés, en examen oral, pero no están en clases o no hacen tareas, esto les afecta. Por ejemplo, aquí, si yo estuviera en clase siempre para 20, tareas para 20, ¿cuántos serían? 99, casi el 10. ¿Ven cómo afecta? So it affects a lot for your evaluation. So please try to do your homework. I know you're new, Carolina and Fatima. Oliver already knows. Edilberto already knows too. So the class is only on Fridays 4 hours. So you have 1 week to do your homework. So it's part of the effort, es parte de su esfuerzo, de su compromiso. Es parte de su compromiso al estar aquí, ¿verdad? No nada más es saying, it's not just taking the lesson, the class, every Friday 4 hours. Tienen que cumplir con lo que se les pide. ¿Para qué? Para que se hagan un poquito más, estén un poquito más comprometidos con lo que es el aprendizaje del idioma. Igual buscar recursos extras como YouTube, como Google. What I mean is, no se queden nada más con lo de la clase. Busquen por otro lado. Por ejemplo, eso de los verbos regulares. Hay que verlos, hay que buscar más información, aprender más verbos, etc. Yes, Fatima. Do you have a question?
¿Cada cuánto se entregan las tareas?
Remember, we have 3 units. Después de 3 unidades, es one exam, right? So you have the option to send, for example, today was unit 10, right? Unit 10. So we are doing lesson A and B. So la semana me puedes mandar estas tareas. 2. Lección A y B de la unidad 10. Pero si tú no tienes tiempo, se te va acumulando. Antes de terminar las 3 unidades, me tienes que mandar, por ejemplo, estamos en unidad 10. You have to send me A, B, C, and D. Unit 11. Same, you have to send me A, B, C, and D. So, esto no lo recomiendo. ¿Por qué? Porque es demasiado, es muy intenso. ¿Por qué? Porque hacer 3 unidades, 2 selecciones de un solo es más estresante que solamente mandarme 2 lecciones cada semana. And that's it.
¿Solo serían los del workbook?
Workbook. Pictures from the workbook. And you have to send me to my number, not to the group.
Entonces ahorita le estaría enviando los de la unidad 10, AB, unidad 7, 8, 9.
Correcto, los pasados, para poderte dar una evaluación de este periodo.
Ok. ¿Se lo puede entregar en la semana?
Unidad 10, 10. Pero 7, 8, 9, si no los tienes, ¿para cuándo los puedes tener?
Intentaré hacerlo esta semana.
Porque le tengo que comunicar a Miss Maru que vas a estar pendiente para tu evaluación y pedir más días para que me lo entregaras.
Entonces se le envía a la Miss Maru el 789.
No, ella no tiene nada que ver con las tareas. Pero ella me tiene que autorizar para yo poder subir tu calificación más tarde, otro día.
Ok.
Oliver y Edilberto ya hicieron su
Aún
examen.
así se les envío.
Yes.
Ok.
Teacher,
Any other questions?
sí, teacher.
Yes.
Igual yo, pues en la semana le envío las tareas pendientes y de la 10 también en esta semana, ¿no? No es una justificante, pero no lo sabía que teníamos que mandarle la tarea.
Oh, yes. Remember, it's good for you. ¿Por qué? Porque les ayuda bastante a subir si ustedes salen un poquito bajo en estas dos, que es el examen oral y escrito.
Ok, ¿y la tarea del workbook tiene que ser escrita en la libreta o lo hacemos en el libro, tomamos captura o lo enviamos? ¿Cómo lo?
Lo hacen en el libro.
Ajá.
Solamente rellenan, ¿verdad? Lo que tienen que hacer.
Sí.
Toman una foto y ya me la mandan por WhatsApp a mi número. That's it.
Muy bien. ¿Hay unas clases extras? ¿También se tienen que enviarlas? ¿Las clases extras o no? Las tareas extras.
Si yo se los pido, sí.
Ok.
Y les
Sí,
digo,
no.
dice, por ejemplo, writing, me lo mandan. Sí.
Ok, sí, no.
Pero lo principal son los del workbook.
El workbook, ok. Entonces nada, es la captura, la enviamos.
La captura.
Ok. Sí, teacher, se lo mando esa semana.
Recuerden que además de la lección, de la clase, lo importante es que que estén aprendiendo y que puedan comunicarse en el idioma. Que me entiendan las oraciones simples, igualmente que yo los entienda a ustedes para que haya esa comunicación, ¿no? Que es en inglés, in English. So, try to understand everything what I say. Try to understand sentences. Try to understand tenses. Like in this case, we are talking about simple past. Why? Because sometimes it's easier just to read, to write. But sometimes when you listen, and when you have to speak, that's something different. You need to organize. You have to organize your ideas. So that's a little bit more complicated. And of course, do not be afraid. Do not be afraid of speaking. Es parte del proceso. Si se equivocan, pues es parte. Cometer errores es normal. So, no hay por qué fijarse en eso. So, give me 1 second, please. Or any other questions? Oliver, I see you were doing something.
No, teacher.
No? Otra cosa, something else I always do. Well, with you, I am trying to speak Spanish because I see some people, some of you don't understand or you don't catch the meaning. But the most important is that you try, you try hard to understand what I say. When in school, it's not allowed to speak Spanish. That's why. Pero cuando se trata de reglas de la escuela, sí se las digo en español para que me entienda perfectamente. Digo, no, pues no le entendí al maestro. Aunque yo les pregunto, ¿me entendieron? Sí. Digo, no, pues no le entendí. Por fin, ¿me entendieron o no me entendieron? Okay, let's listen this part, please. Speaking naturally. Give me 1 second. Speaking naturally, ed endings. Let's listen first. Pay attention to the pronunciation. The T sound, like worked, worked, played, D sound, or chatted, ED sound.
Page 99. 3. Speaking naturally. ED endings. A. Listen and repeat the sentences above. Notice the ED endings of the verbs.
I worked on Saturday. We played a game. I chatted online.
Okay, one more time.
Page 99. 3. Speaking naturally. ED endings.
Listen and repeat the sentences above. Notice the ED endings of the verb. So you have to repeat. Please.
A. Listen and repeat the sentences above. Notice the ED endings of the verbs.
I worked on Saturday.
I worked on Saturday.
Played a game.
We played
We
a
played
game
I chatted online.
I
chatted
chat
online.
online.
All right. Oliver, are you practicing?
Yes, teacher.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay, then let me see. One more time, and then you have to read.
Page 99. 3. Speaking naturally. ED endings. A. Listen and repeat the sentences above. Notice the ed endings of the verbs.
I worked on Saturday.
I work on Saturday.
Saturday.
I worked on Saturday.
I chatted online.
I chatted online.
Online.
Okay, Carolina, will you read the first one, please?
Yes, teacher. I work on Saturday.
One more time.
I work on Saturday.
Yes. Oliver, second one.
We played a game.
We played a game. Fatima.
I chatted online.
Excellent. All right. Now let's listen the second part, exercise B. Edilberto, can you read exercise B, please?
Okay. What's teacher?
Exercise B.
Oh yeah. Listen and repeat the verbs and sentences below. Which verb and in T or D? Which verb have extra syllable and in ed? Check the correct column.
Yes, syllable. Syllable.
Syllable.
Yes, syllable. Syllable.
All right.
What you have to do, pay attention, you have to listen and repeat. Which verbs end in t?
Sit, sit, sit.
It.
It,
It.
it.
Yeah, the sound is different.
It.
Please pay attention. So you need to mark here in these little boxes what you hear. T or t or it. And visit it.
Page 99. 3. Speaking naturally. Ed endings. B. Listen and repeat the verbs and sentences below. Which verbs end in t or d? Which verbs have an extra syllable and end in id? Check the correct column. 1. Talked. I talked to some friends from college. 2. Visited. Then I visited a classmate. 3. Invited. She invited me over. 4. Stayed. I stayed a couple of hours. 5. Watched. We watched a movie together. 6. Enjoyed. I really enjoyed my evening.
All right, listen one more time and check your answers, please.
Page 99. 3. Speaking naturally. Ed endings. B. Listen and repeat the verbs and sentences below. Which verbs end in t or d? Which verbs have an extra syllable and end in id? Check the correct column. 1. Talked. I talked to some friends from college. 2. Visited. Then I visited a classmate. 3. Invited. She invited me over. 4. Stayed. I stayed a couple of hours. 5. Watched. We watched a movie together. 6. Enjoyed. I really enjoyed my evening.
All right, okie dokie, excellent. Let's see. Number 1. Oliver, what do you have in number 1?
Is the I talked to same friends from college.
Well,
Is the
is T or D? I mean,
the
and you read again?
I talked to same friends from college.
Yeah, I talked to friends from college. Talked to
So
friends from college. Carolina, can you read number 2?
Number 2, beside. Then I beside a classmate.
Okay, one more time. Can you read the sentence again?
Then I'm beside a classmate.
Remember, this is visited.
Visited a
Yes,
classmate.
visited a classmate. So you pick first box or the second box?
D.
This one the first or the second?
First.
This one, okay. Fatima, in number 3.
She invited me over.
What do you mark?
Uh,
First or second?
it second.
Second. Okay, Edilberto, number 4.
Stay. I stayed a couple of hours.
Can you read one more time?
Stay. I stay a couple of hours.
Yeah,
Hour.
I stayed.
Stay.
I stayed a couple of hours. Remember, let me. Siempre hemos hablado de lo que es el linking, ¿verdad? The word stayed a couple of hours. Couple of hours together. Couple of hours. Couple of hours. Suena como un solo sonido. Couple of hours. No hay pausa. Couple of hours. Couple of hours. Some people say a couple hours. That's okay. They omit the pub. Couple of hours. Can you read again, Edilberto?
I stay a couple of hours.
I stayed. No stay. No hay E al principio. Stay a couple of hours.
Okay.
Okay, read one more time.
I stay a couple of hours.
A couple of hours. Okay, number 5. Oliver? Oh, well, here number 4, you didn't say first or second box.
Second.
Second? Here? Are you sure?
I don't know.
Okay, you're guessing then. Number 5, Oliver?
okay, number 5 is we watch a movie together.
Yes, first or second?
The first.
Yes. Number 6, Carolina.
I really enjoyed my evening. And first,
Yes, first. Okay, use this one. Uh,
enjoy.
visited, visited. Esa es la terminación. Ed o ed, it, visited. So that should be here. Yeah, why? Because it's visited, no? Visited.
Visited.
Saying like invited. You see? Invited, visited. I stayed a couple hours. Stayed, stayed. So that should be here. Stayed, no stayed. ¿Sí ven la diferencia de pronunciación? Visited, invited, stayed, watched, enjoyed. Eso es cuestión de pronunciación nada más.
Yeah.
Igual cuando cometen un pequeño errorcito al pronunciar o algo, traten de que eso se quede en su mente e irlo arreglando. Fix, fix, fix. ¿Por qué? Porque como siempre les he comentado, ese pequeño errorcito se va arrastrando de un nivel a otro, a otro, a otro. Y si no lo arreglan a tiempo, pues se va haciendo un poquito más. A eso me refiero en todos los aspectos, tanto en formar oraciones como en la pronunciación, en la gramática, en el uso de puntos, comas, la organización de sus ideas, etcétera. Pero bueno, pronunciación es algo que me gusta mucho explicarla detenidamente porque es como nos comunicamos, ¿verdad? Parte esencial de la comunicación, que pronuncien la palabra correcta y no se confunda con otra. ¿Por qué? Porque me estás hablando me dices una palabra que a lo mejor yo la malentiendo, la confundo con otra y ya el significado ya es diferente. So that's why it's very important in English to have a good pronunciation, right? So, but we can do that little by little. You know, we have some steps, step 1, step 2, step 3, etc. Anyway, questions? Questions about this lesson A, unit 10. No questions?
Teacher, ¿hay como que algún tip para saber diferenciar entre esas tres letras? Porque pues...
No, no realmente. No
Es-
realmente hay un tip, simplemente es práctica y poder identificarlos. Eso se hace con el uso de los verbos, pero no hay ninguna regla. Esa es
Ok.
la parte difícil del inglés, que para eso no hay regla. Simplemente es práctica, práctica. Invited, invited, visited, wanted, wanted. Son pocos los verbos que tienen el ed. So, normalmente cuando es una conversación se escucha más el ed, right? Invited me. They invited me over. Pero cuando es D o T, es muy difícil que te detecten. ¿Dijo T o dijo D? Pues no sé.
No los escucho todos igual.
Se escuchan igual digo, o sea, no hay mucha...
No los diferencio, no puedo diferenciar, entonces...
Es complicado, pero sí, si es, por ejemplo, para un examen de certificación, sí se pone más atención a la forma en cómo estás pronunciando y cómo estás modulando tu boca, tu expresión oral y tu expresión facial.
Okay.
O sea, hay de exámenes a exámenes. Hay gente que quiere estudiar nada más inglés porque quiere aprender y para viajar, para conocer, o simplemente porque es un gusto. Hay muchos que quieren certificarse porque la escuela se los está pidiendo. Hay otros por un buen trabajo o para irse a trabajar al extranjero. Tal vez se llamaron de Europa o Estados Unidos, o no sé, o te quieres viajar, irte a Canadá a trabajar, o necesitas un buen nivel de inglés. Anyway, let's take a break, guys. It's 2 at 3. Let's come back at 2:30. On time, please, porque voy a pasar lista, porque luego se les olvida, chicos. Okay?
Okay.
Yes.
2:30.
Teacher.
Have a good lunch. Eat something. Have something. No caguamation, please. Oliver.
Is in the night, teacher. The
Night,
confirmation.
night, later. Yes, today is Friday y el cuerpo lo sabe, chicos.
Yeah.
See you later.
See ya, teacher.
See you. Enjoy.
Teacher, ¿a qué hora regresamos?
2:30.
Okay. Thank you, teacher.
All right. See you later. Okay, this is what we did last Friday before the exam. We have a review of unit 7, 8, and 9. As you see, they have different topics. We will see one by one. Unit 7, you already saw that. All the grammar, all the vocabulary. You have unit 8, saying, grammar, vocabulary, etc. And unit 9. In unit 9, the most important thing is the grammar. Please pay attention, Carolina and Fatima, about the grammar in this unit.
Page 87. 2. Grammar. Can and can't for possibility. Use can to talk about things that are possible. Use can't for things that are not possible.
I can take a ferry. You can't take a ferry. He can see a show. She can't see a show. We can go to a museum. They can't go to a museum.
What can you do in New York?
You can do a million things.
Can we buy an umbrella?
Yes, we can. No, we can't.
Okay, this was about that unit. Can and can't for possibilities. And then we have can and can for ability. It's the same, can and can, there's no difference. But the meaning is, of course, it is. Please pay attention.
CD number 3. Page 89. 2. Grammar. Can and can't for ability. Use can to talk about things you do well. Use can't for things you don't do well or don't do.
I can speak Chinese. I can't speak Spanish. What languages can you speak?
I can speak English and Chinese.
Can you speak Spanish?
Yes, I can. No, I can't.
Okay, then we continue talking about countries around the world. We talk about continents and of course, names of the countries, names in English. We talk about languages, countries, and languages. And we also mentioned the use of like in some expressions. Like not as a verb, but for example, this one, of course, like has different meanings. So like, for example, like Brazilian food. What's Thai food like? Spicy? Sprinkles are like sugar. So in this case, it's como in Spanish, como. in this case, in the first sentence, I like Brazilian food. We are talking about the verb, right? The second one, what's Thai food like? Spicy. We ask for a description of the food. ¿Cómo es? Sprinkles are like sugar, like an example. Talk about food, kind of like, and that was it. You need 90 short. But I send it to you, I sent to you the review to the WhatsApp, so you can check it out.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, questions? Any questions about lesson A, regular verbs? No questions?
No questions, teacher.
Well, I have a question for you. Anyone, Oliver, Edilberto, Fatima, Carolina, have you tried to log in the Cambridge platform? Have you done any activities or exercises in the Cambridge platform, the online book? Yes, no, maybe. Do you understand what I am asking you? Okay, give me just 1 second. All right, so we finished regular verbs. You must learn those verbs. Remember the first verbs I told you? So those are like the basic. Of course, we have many more, but little by little you have to be learning verbs. So if we saw regular verbs in lesson A. Lesson B is about the opposite. Well, it's not the opposite, but we have irregular verbs. Okay, give me 1 second. Mm. Hold on, please. There's something wrong here. Yes. All right, we start the first 2 hours with Unit 10, the opener. We discuss these pictures, and then we start with lesson A, at night at home. Remember, in this lesson, we were talking about regular verbs. Regular verbs. Let me write it here. Okay, let me ask you, Carolina, can you give me 2 regular verbs?
Yes, teacher.
Just give me 2 regular verbs.
No recuerdo, teacher.
Okay, Fatima, just 2. With so many verbs today.
Regular verbs.
Yes.
Cook,
Cooked. Yes.
cook. Listen. um,
One.
watch.
Say again.
Watch.
What?
Watch.
Oh, watch.
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 And
Play.
Okay, that's okay. Edilberto.
Play.
Play.
Mm, I don't know, teacher.
Clean.
Clean.
Clean. Try.
Right?
Try.
Right.
Try. Invite.
Invite.
Stay.
Stay.
Call.
Study.
Study.
Practice.
Yes. Are you telling me these verbs because you know them or because you're reading? Well, either way is fine, but just try to memorize. Oliver, are you there? I think Oliver is not here. Alberto, who else is here? Yeah, that's fine. Well, anyway, this is just a review, remember. We already finished lesson A. So we were talking about regular verbs. Okay, so we have another example here. Can you see the picture?
Yes.
Okay, 1 second. All right, what did you do? What tense is this question? Simple present or simple past?
Simple past.
Simple past, right? What do you do? Verb tenses. Remember, most of the time when we use simple past, we talk about time expressions. like yesterday, last night, last week, last year, etc. We have an example here using the past tense. Okay, Fatima, can you read A? Let me see. Rubiel, are you here? I think I saw Rubiel. No, he left. Okay, Fatima, you are A. Carolina, you are B. Here.
Yes. Yes, teacher.
What did you do last night?
I suffered the internet
How often do you surf on the internet?
about twice a week. What did you do?
I invited some friends to my house.
Did you go roller skating with your friends?
Yes, I did.
How often do you go roller skating?
About 3 times a week. What about you?
I play volleyball every day. Well, every day except Sunday.
Yes. All right. Skating, remember, roller skating.
Roller
Skating.
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 Yeah, this is often, not often, often,
Off. Often.
often, not the often.
Often. Okay.
Yes.
Thank
And here's I surfed the internet. I surfed the internet.
you.
Yes. How often do you surf the internet? About twice a week. Excellent. All right. This is just before the lesson. It's an introduction. So we are doing lesson B. A busy week. All right. Fatima, can you describe a busy week for you? When you have a busy week, what happened? What do you do? Let's say, let me ask you first something. What did you do yesterday? Remember the activities you did yesterday. Past tense. What did you do?
I cook. I cooked. No, I cooked and breakfast.
Yes, you made a breakfast.
Um, I cleaned the house
Yes.
and study study lesson the English.
The English lesson.
Yes, English lesson.
Okay, so what else did you do? Did you eat? Did you shower? Um,
I eat dinner and I take a shower in the evening.
yes, I had dinner, past tense. I took a shower in the evening. What else?
Um, I, en el caso de ir a la cama, I go,
I went.
I went,
I went to bed.
I went to bed early.
Okay, how early do you go to bed? How early? Like at what time around?
Um, nine, 9:30, 9:30.
30? Around 9:30?
Yes,
You know, you use
PM.
around when you are not sure of what time. Maybe it should be more or less. 9:25, 9:35, etc. We use around, right? You have to use around.
Around 9:20 p.m.
Yes. No, you don't have to say PM when you say 9:30. Well, you said PM in this case, 9:30. It's 9:30. But we are using, remember, in this case, we are gonna, let me write here. But you're talking about night, right? You go to sleep. In this lesson, we are going to learn irregular verbs. What is the difference between irregular verbs and regular? Well, we saw regulars in the last lesson. So irregular verbs, they change in the different tenses. To be present, past, and past participle. For example, the verb drink. Drink. The past tense, it's drunk, right? Past participle is drunk. Drink, drunk, drunk. Some verbs are stay the same, like cut, simple present, cut, cut. There's no difference. Cut, cut, cut. The same like with other verbs. Like put, put, put. But some verbs, irregular verbs, they change in all of them, like eat, ate, eaten. So we're going to see these verbs in this lesson. Okay, let me see. Rubiel, are you here? Rubiel, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher, solo que tengo problemas con la internet, se escucha un poco distorsionado.
Yeah, you need to fix it. Necesitas arreglarlo porque en cada clase siempre es lo mismo. No estás, estás perdiendo un poquito de lo que es la clase para que vayas en corriente con los demás. Well, I know it's a huge problem with the internet in some places, so I know it's not your fault. Okay, listen and say the sentences. Check the things you did last week. Okay, Rubiel, can you read the instructions, please? Good. Ya se fue, ya salió, ya se fue. Edilberto,
Yeah, teacher.
read the instructions, please.
Okay. Listen and say the sentences. Check the thing you did last week. Tell the class.
Yes, remember we are talking about past tense, something that you did, you finished, and it's done. So you have to mark here, whatever you did.
Page 100. Lesson B. a busy week. 1. Building vocabulary. Irregular verbs. A. Listen and say the sentences. Check the things you did last week. Last week,
I bought a sweater.
I had a piano lesson.
I made a lot of phone calls.
I saw 3 movies.
I read a couple of books.
I went to a party. I took an exam and got an A.
I met someone interesting.
I did a lot of work. I wrote 3 reports.
Okay. Listen one more time, please. Check your answers.
Page 100. Lesson B. A busy week. 1. Building vocabulary. Irregular verbs. A. Listen and say the sentences. Check the things you did last week. Last week,
I bought a sweater.
I had a piano lesson.
I made a lot of phone calls.
I saw 3 movies.
I read a couple of...
All right, just one suggestion. The purpose of you here, you listen to the audio is because you need to repeat. You need to repeat after the audio, okay? So you can improve your pronunciation.
Okay.
You're not listening with your mind. Listen, and you close your microphone, and repeat. Why repeat? Because then you have to read. And when it's time for you to read, you forget about some words. Okay, one more time, please.
Page 100. Lesson B. A busy week. 1. Building vocabulary. Irregular verbs. A. Listen and say the sentences. Check the things you did last week. Last week,
I bought a sweater.
I bought it a
I
sweater.
had a piano lesson.
I haven't
A piano lesson.
Calls.
I saw 3 movies.
I saw 3 movies.
I went to a party.
I went to a party.
Got an A.
I met someone interesting.
I met someone.
interesting.
I wrote 3 reports.
I
I
did a
wrote
lot
3
of work.
reports.
I bought a sweater.
Sweater.
I bought a sweater.
I
Bought,
bought a sweater.
bought a sweater.
I bought a sweater.
I had a piano lesson.
I had a piano lesson.
I had a piano lesson.
I made a lot of phone calls. I made a lot of phone calls.
A lot of
I made a lot of phone
A
calls.
lot of
a lot of fun.
Remember when we read sentences and we have consonants and vowels in the sound, like I made, you don't pronounce the E, right? Made a lot of phone calls. I made a lot of phone calls.
Made a lot.
Together.
I made a lot of
Made
phone.
Yes.
of.
You
Made
link the word.
I made a lot of
I made a lot of phone calls. To make a lot of phone calls. Like that space you make between each word. I saw 3 movies
I saw 3 movies.
and try to get used to say Three movies, not
Three
three.
movies. I say 3 movies.
Like whenever you speak, you say three. 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 Do not force as in three.
Three.
Soft and easy.
Three.
I read a couple of books.
I read a couple of books.
Remember,
I read a couple of books.
yes, this verb, present is read, past is read, but it's the same spelling. No hay cambio en la escritura. Uno es pasado, presente y otro es pasado. Pero estamos hablando del pasado, ¿verdad? I read a couple of books. Si yo digo I read a couple of books, it's present. I went to a party.
I went to a party.
I went to a party.
Okay, I went to a party. I went to a
I
party.
went to a party.
Suena como es un solo. I went to a party.
I
No,
went to
a party. I went to a party.
I went
I went to a party.
Yes. In this one, an exam and got an A. I took an exam and got an A.
I took an exam and got an I.
took an exam.
I took an exam and got an A.
I took an exam. I took an exam and got
an A.
Yes. I took an exam and got an A.
I took an exam and got an A.
Yes. I met someone interesting. I met someone interesting.
I met someone interested.
Remember, you don't say interesting. No suena la E. Interesting. Interesting.
Interested.
Esta E. No interesting. Interesting. Yes. And the last one, number 9. I did a lot of fun. I did a lot of work.
I did a lot of work.
Saying,
I did a lot of work.
I did a lot of work. I did a lot of work.
I did
a lot of work.
Yes, excellent. It's like one sound soft. I did a lot of work. You say I did. This is because you are kind of beginners. You are studying, but try to use like this. I did a lot of work. I did a lot of work.
I did a lot of work. I did a lot of work.
I wrote reports. I wrote 3 reports. I wrote 3 reports. I wrote 3 reports.
I wrote 3 reports.
Carolina?
I wrote 3 reports.
I wrote 3 reports. Yes. All right, well, the question here is what you did last week. Fatima, what did you do last week? From number 1, from 1 to 9.
I made a lot of phone calls.
Yes. What else?
I saw 3 movies.
What else?
I read a couple of books. I took an exam and got an A. Teacher, ¿qué significa la número 7?
Which one?
La número 7, ¿qué significa?
Oh, that's what you did last week. I took an exam, and got an A. Got comes from the verb get. You took an exam last week, last Friday, right? Got is a verb, and A is the best score. Let's say 100 or 10. Because in the United States they use A, B, C, and D. They don't use numbers. So this is in past tense. Tomé un examen y obtuve una A. Remember, A is the best score. What else, Carolina? What did you do last week? According to this, 1 to 9.
I made a lot of phone calls.
I made a lot of phone calls.
A lot of fun.
I made a lot
read,
of calls. Yes.
I made a lot of fun, and I read a couple of books. I saw one movie.
Okay, just remember, if you're talking about past tense, is I read, not I read. I read.
I read.
What about you, Mr. Edilberto? What did you do last week according to these pictures from 1 to 9?
Sorry, teacher.
Yes, according to these pictures, what did you do last week? From 1 to 9. Look at the pictures.
Yeah. How about a sweater?
You bought a sweater? Okay. What else?
I had a piano lesson.
No, I am not asking you to read. What did you do? You.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Sweater, okay.
Yeah. As I saw movie, I saw 3 movie.
So some movies, right? When you don't want to say the numbers, I saw some movies.
Yeah.
What else?
I made a lot of phone calls. Yeah. I wrote reports, one or two.
A couple of reports.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. I think Rubiel is here. He left. I think he's using a good signal, a good internet. Well, as you see, you have some verbs here. Sorry, these are the other ones, regular verbs. I'll send this to you later. Regular and irregular. You have some regular verbs here.
This picture is the WhatsApp.
I will send this picture on WhatsApp. These verbs are regular, remember. This is from lesson A. Right now we are doing lesson B, and these are all irregular verbs, like this one. If you can read the note, you can see the note here. Okay, Carolina, can you read the note, please?
Yes, teacher. A regular simple past verb do not eat, in it by run. I run and sweater.
Yes. Remember, irregular simple past verbs do not end in ed. You have the example of buy.
Buy,
The past tense is bought.
bought.
I bought a sweater.
I bought a sweater.
Never say a bite. A bite.
But
Bite. No, this is incorrect.
But.
Look at the verbs in bold above. Can you figure out which verbs they are? Let me see. Do you know all these verbs? The verbs in bold. I bought. I had. I made. I saw. I read. I went. I took. I met. I did. And I wrote. All these are in past tense. Okay, the question is, do you know all these verbs? Yes, no, maybe. Do you know the meaning of these verbs? This is a question. You say yes or no.
No, teacher.
Fatima, do you know all these verbs?
No, teacher.
You are seeing the pictures, so related pictures to the verb. Edilberto, do you know all
What
these
say,
verbs
teacher?
or no? Did you know these
Sorry.
verbs? Let's say the first one is the verb buy. Past tense is bought. Number two, have. Past tense is had. Had. Have. Had. Had. Number three is the verb make. Past tense is made. Okay, what about number four? What verb is that? I want you to help me here. ¿Qué verbo es este, el número 4, en presente?
Sí.
Sí. Sí.
Sí, yes. And the past tense is so.
So.
Number 5,
Read.
read. Past tense.
Red.
Six,
Go.
go. And it's went.
Take.
7,
Take.
take. Past tense. Took.
Yeah.
8,
Meet. Meet.
meet. Past tense is met.
Teacher, pero en el número 7 hay dos, took and got.
Yes, took and got.
Got también está en pasado.
Sí, ahí está en pasado. ¿Cuál es el presente?
Get.
Get. Got. Some people say got. It's okay, it's British. Americans is got. Like British say gotten, Americans say gotten. So it's a little bit different pronunciation. Okay, number 9, you have two verbs there. Number 9,
Do.
do,
Did.
you have did.
Did. Drop.
Written. Right.
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 Wrote. Normally, when you learn the verbs, you need to learn the 3 tenses. That's present, base form, past, and past participle, especially with the regular verbs. But sometimes they change. This is hot, made. This is seen. Yes, see, so, seen. This is saying read, read, read. I have read.
¿En qué modo está en lo que está escribiendo?
Es pasado participio.
¿Y cuál es la diferencia del pasado participio y el pasado?
Pasado is something that you did. You need time to do this in the future lessons. For example, I had a job 2 years ago. Past participle, ¿qué es el tercero? Ese solamente se utiliza con have. Have como auxiliar. Por ejemplo, yo, we need, esto lo se va a ver más adelante. Yo he tenido. Yo he visto. Tú has hecho. So past participle is used with have. It's for the past, for the perfect tenses. Pero eso lo vamos a ver más adelante, Fátima. Pero siempre para el pasado participio, que es el tercero, you need an auxiliary. In this case is have. En español es yo he, tú has, él ha, etc. We want to see that in future lessons, so no worries.
Oh, thanks, teacher.
Solamente información para que estén al tanto. Ahora estamos viendo solamente el presente. Ya el presente perfecto es más adelante. Hay 16 tiempos en inglés, recuerden. 16 tenses. So, apenas vamos por el segundo. Anyway, I think it's Rubiel, are you here? Rubiel? No. All right, the next exercise is about you listening. Let me see. We have time for an activity or a game. It's 3:24. Pay attention to these guys. That's Melee is gonna take a survey, like a questionnaire, like an interview, and check his answers. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. You have to mark here.
Page 101. 2. Building language. A. Listen to Mei Lei take an online survey. Check her answers. Hey, Mei Lei. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just taking a survey online.
Oh, okay.
I just love these surveys. Okay. Did you have a busy week? Oh, yes, I did. Let's see. 1. Did you have to work late every night? Yes, I did. I always work late. 2. Did you write any reports? Reports? No, I didn't. Not this week. 3. Did you get a lot of emails? Let me think. I got about 100 emails on Monday, about 75 on Tuesday. Yes, I did. 4. Did you have any appointments? Yep, my boss, my assistant, and 4 or 5 other people I work with. Yeah, a lot of appointments. Yes, I did. 5. Did you make a lot of phone calls? No, I didn't. These days I just send a lot of emails. 6. Did you go to any meetings? No, I didn't. Nope, I didn't have to go to any meetings.
Well, we had a meeting this morning, but you forgot it.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I think maybe I'm working too hard.
Okay, good. Do you have the answers? Yes? Or you want to listen one more time?
One more time.
There you go.
Page 101. 2. Building language. A. Listen to Mei Lei take an online survey. Check her answers. Hey, Mei Lei. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just taking a survey online.
Oh, okay.
I just love these surveys. Okay, did you have a busy week? Oh, yes, I did. Let's see. 1. Did you have to work late every night? Yes, I did. I always work late. 2. Did you write any reports? Reports? No, I didn't. Not this week. 3. Did you get a lot of emails? Let me think. I got about 100 emails on Monday, about 75 on Tuesday. Yes, I did. 4. Did you have any appointments? Yep, my boss, my assistant, and 4 or 5 other people I work with. Yeah, a lot of appointments. Yes, I did. 5. Did you make a lot of phone calls? No, I didn't. These days I just send a lot of emails. 6. Did you go to any meetings? No, I didn't. Nope, I didn't have to go to any meetings.
Well, we had a meeting this morning, but you forgot it.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I think maybe I'm working too hard.
Okay. Let's see. You have a busy week? You have to respond, yes, I did, or no, I didn't. We have the first example. Fatima, can you read the example, please? Number 1.
Do you have to work late every night? Yes, I did. No, I didn't.
So, remark, yes, I did, right? That's what you said. Carolina, number 2.
Number 2. Did you write any reports? No, I didn't.
No, I didn't. Reports.
Report.
Reports.
Report.
Yes. Reports. Mr. Edilberto,
You get a lot of emails? Yes, I did.
did you get a lot of emails? Did you get a lot of emails? Edilberto, did you get a lot of emails?
Did you get a lot of emails?
Here, get, termina en T, ¿verdad? Consonante.
Yeah,
Get a lot.
Get a lot of,
yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
emails, empieza con E. A lot of emails, a lot of emails. Did you get a lot of emails?
Did you get a lot of emails?
Yes. No es emails, emails.
Mail.
Yes. Remember the linking words, consonants and vowels. Get a lot of emails or females. Number 4, Fatima.
Did you have
Did you have any appointments? Yes, I did.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Number 5, Carolina.
Did you make a lot of phone calls? No, I didn't.
Yes. Number 6, Edilberto.
Did you go to any meetings? No, I didn't.
All right. Excellent. Listen one more time and see if you are correct.
Page 101. 2. Building language. A. Listen to Mei Lei take an online survey. Check her answers. Hey, Mei Lei. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just taking a survey online.
Oh, okay.
I just love these surveys. Okay, did you have a busy week? Oh, yes, I did. Let's see. 1. Did you have to work late every night? Yes, I did. I always work late. 2. Did you write any reports? Reports? No, I didn't. Not this week. 3. Did you get a lot of emails? Let me think. I got about 100 emails on Monday, about 75 on Tuesday. Yes, I did. 4. Did you have any appointments? Yep, my boss, my assistant, and 4 or 5 other people I work with. Yeah, a lot of appointments. Yes, I did. 5. Did you make a lot of phone calls? No, I didn't. These days, I just send a lot of emails. 6. Did you go to any meetings? No, I didn't. Nope, I didn't have to go to any meetings.
Well, we had a meeting this morning, but you forgot it.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I think maybe I'm working too hard.
All right. Yes, everything is correct. The next exercise, before we go to an activity, we have some games online. We don't just need to finish. Well, we have this exercise and we have our discussion, a speaking practice. Let's finish this, please. B. Gilberto, can you read instructions for letter B?
Yeah. Complete the question about last week's. Use the survey about to help you.
Okay, number 1, Fatima, what do you think is number one?
Did you take a class?
Yes, did you take a class? Question form. Did as a yes or no question. Did you take a class? Number two, Carolina.
Did you go shopping? No,
Yes.
I did.
Did you go shopping?
Did you go shopping?
Never said did you go to shopping. Is did you go shopping?
Did
It goes together. Go shopping.
go shopping?
Number three. Edilberto. Did you?
Did you week the laundry or weekend? I don't know.
Again, you need to guess the verb.
Did you
Oh yeah.
make?
No le falta un verbo ahí. Eso lo vimos hace muchísimo tiempo.
Did you go? Did you
I don't know.
make?
¿Ah? Ahí lo tienes guardado en tu cerebro.
Tú, es el pasado de tú, ¿no?
Yes, do.
Did you
Do the laundry. Hacer lavandería. We don't say wash the laundry. We say do the laundry. Excellent. Do the
any exam?
number.
Did you do any exam?
You can say did you do? Or you can say did you take?
Okay.
Did you do any exams? No exams, please.
Exam.
El estrés va en exams.
Exams.
Okay, ask and answer all the questions in exercise 2A and 2B. How many things do you have in common? Okay, Carolina, can you read again, please, instructions? Just one more time, read the same. What I mean, read again this part. Carolina,
Yes, teacher.
just
Five,
read again one more time this part, the yellow part.
yes, teacher. 5 words. Ask an answer on the question in exercise 2A and 2B. How many things do you have in common?
Yes, excellent. Just remember this answer, no answer.
Answer. Answer.
Yes, it's like you eliminate this one.
Answer.
Answer,
Answer.
answer. El estrés va aquí. Answer,
Answer.
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 Not W, answer.
Answer.
So we're going to work with this 2A and 2B. That means these exercises.
How many things?
This one. I want you to practice, I want you to have a conversation, the three of you, taking questions about the past tense. What did you do last night? What about you? So you need to use verbs, making short sentences. Oh, I have dinner with my family, or I cook dinner, or I watch TV. Okay, the questions are open. Let me see how much time we have. Yes, we have enough time. Let's give you 5 minutes so you can practice a little bit with did, you, and use different verbs. Yes, do you understand the exercise? Just to see how many things you have in common. What you did yesterday, you did last week, you did last month, etc. Practice your speaking, please. This is a conversation about activities in the past tense, something that you did. Go to the breakout room, please. All right, let's see who's back. Well, I see all of you are back. Okay, the last well, actually about this exercise was a speaking. So, Edilberto, do you have a chance to practice or not?
Sorry, teacher.
You have a chance to practice. Do you practice the exercise?
No.
No, why not? But I didn't hear you speaking, that's why. Why you didn't practice with the ladies? Is it difficult for you to speak? You know, like having a conversation or something like that. I mean, I don't want to say like, but you must participate in every activity. You have to speak. That's the only way to improve, to learn. Okay. What about you, ladies? Do you practice, Fatima and Carolina?
Yes, teacher, no, no las concluimos todas, pero
Yes. Well, the best point is that you practice all of them. I think Rubiel is here. Rubiel, can you hear me? Rubiel? Hello? Buonasera, buongiorno, signore. Hello? Well, anyway, let's continue. We are about to finish. We have 10 minutes. Just pay attention to this grammar part. It's simple past yes or no questions. That's what we did before. And then we have another exercise. But first, let's listen. Let's listen to the audio and then listen, pay attention, try to understand.
Page 101. 3. Grammar. Simple past, yes, no questions. Did you go out a lot last week?
Yes, I did. Did he go out a lot last week?
Yes, he did. Did she go out a lot last week?
Yes, she did. Did we play tennis last weekend?
No, we didn't. Did they play tennis last weekend?
No, they didn't.
Okay, listen one more time, please. Let me listen.
Page 101. 3. Grammar. Simple past, yes, no questions. Did you go out a lot last week?
Yes, I did. Did he go out a lot last week?
Yes, he did. Did she go out a lot last week?
Yes, she did. Did we play tennis last weekend?
No, we didn't. Did they play tennis last weekend?
No, they didn't.
All right, that's what we saw before. When you ask a question, when you make a question, you start with did, right? Did is the auxiliary for the past tense. It is always at the beginning when it's about questions. And after did, you need a subject, depending on what subject you want to use. In this case, we have some pronouns like you, he, she, we, or they. Sometimes we use nouns like names of people, places, etc. And this is the verb. And then we have the complement, or the predicate, to make a complete sentence. That is the question form. Remember, when you use it at the beginning, it's a question, and you always need a question mark. always. Just one at the end. Then you have the short answer. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Yes, he did. Yes, she did. Yes, we did. Or no, they didn't, etc. All right, the last exercise, let's see. Yes, we have time. On Scramble, let me see. Edilberto, are you there?
Yeah, teacher.
Yes, can you read the instructions, please?
Scribble the question and grade your answer. And then ask and answer the question with a pattern. Remember your partner's answers.
Yes, for this we have an audio. So remember, everything is scrambled. So you need, I mean, it's all mixed together. So you need to make the sentence in the same order, like the first one. You early got to bed did last night. So you change it. Did you go to bed early last night? But for this, we have another audio.
Page 101. 3. Grammar. Simple past, yes, no questions. Did you go out a lot last week?
Yes, I did. Did he go out a lot last week?
Yes, he did. Did she go out a lot last week?
Yes, she did. Did we play tennis last weekend?
No, we didn't. Did they play tennis last weekend?
No, they didn't.
Okay, so we have already number one. Number two, who wants to do number two?
Number two,
You volunteers?
did you do a lot of homework yesterday?
Yes. Did.
Did you do a lot
Whenever you start a sentence, you use capital letter. Did you?
a lot
Did you do?
a lot homework yesterday?
And question mark, remember. Okay, number three.
Did you have to do any errands last weekend?
Okay, say one more time. Karina,
Did you? Did you have to do any errands
errands.
last weekend?
Question mark. Yes. Okay, Gilberto, number four.
Um, did you have last month a busy schedule?
Okay, first, the time express goes at the end. Like last month, last week, yesterday goes at the end. This is schedule, schedule, schedule. Okay, try one more time, Edilberto.
Did you have you have last month?
Last one goes at the end. Did you have a
Last month.
no, last one goes at the end.
Last month again.
El last one va al final.
Oh yeah. Is
Did you have
did you have a basic tool,
easy?
a business?
Quedo, quedo, quedo,
Get
quedo,
get
quedo, quedo. Yes, fast. Schedule.
that's
Schedule.
one.
Repeat schedule.
Get all.
Edilberto.
Get all.
Schedule.
Schedule.
Yeah. La CH, schedule.
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 No che. Ske. La
Schedule.
CH en inglés pronuncia como K. Schedule. Schedule.
Schedule. Okay.
One more time.
Busy schedule.
Yes.
Schedule. Busy schedule last month.
Last month. Yes. Question mark. Okay. Fatima, number 5.
Did, did, did you out? Did you and your friends go out last Friday?
Yes. Did you
And your friends go out last Friday?
Yes, excellent. Number 6. Carolina, would you like to do number 6, please?
Yes, teacher. Did you best friends do anything interesting last week?
Okay, say one more time.
Did your best friends do anything interesting last week?
Yes. Did your best friend, singular, do
Interesting last week.
yes, remember that's excellent because you are paying attention that you are using did at the beginning, so you are making questions and you are using the base form of the main verb. Like here, do, go out, have, etc. Excellent. Good job, everybody. Anyway, waste for 3. Woo. Was fast. So we finish on time. So I think the games are organized for next week. I was ready for the game, but it's late. We will continue. Well, first, before we finish, do you have any questions? Please send me your homework, Edilberto and Erubiel. I need your homework so you can have a good score, a good grade in your evaluation. Carolina, I will send you the link for the exam. Do whatever you can. Try to answer it. We'll check with teacher Maru later to put your name under the list. And please, the rest, Fatima, Rubiel, Edilberto, please send me the homework as soon as possible.
Yeah, teacher. Thank
You have
you.
a good grade. I don't want to give you a 7 that you fail. Remember, you failed with a 7. You need an 8. Because
Okay.
everything counts. Your attendance that you're here every Friday, you're on time, your punctuality. And please try to be, if you're in class, try to be the whole class, the 4 hours. You know, you're not just half class. Yes? If
Yes.
you're here just to first hours, it doesn't count. All right, any questions?
Teacher, la captura de las tareas las mandamos a...
A mi número, no al grupo. A mi número de teléfono.
¿Me lo podría dar o...?
You don't have it, lo pongo en el chat de Zoom.
Okay.
It's 744-275-2631. And my name is Mike or Miguel. They call me Mike. All right, any other questions?
Any questions, teacher?
No, all right, we are cool. We are done for today. So please, all the information I gave you. So we'll continue next week. Thank you very much for your time. Enjoy the weekend. Be safe, drive safe, work safe, and love each other. Okay, see you next time. Best energy for you. Thank you.
Thank
See
you.
you, teacher.
See you then. Take care. Bye-bye.